what we should do.
You can read this one and go to the next if you like.
There is no, this is the end of the chapter.
Or you can talk about the philosophical concept of how in the present age we are bereft of proper leadership, and it's a great lamentation for it. It's very difficult.
I don't know.
That's what's there in the verse.
Okay, we'll see. Alakshanta Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 13, verse 49, the end of the chapter. Alakshanta Padavim Prajapate Hata Udyaman Pratiyupashritya Te Purim Rishim Sametyan Abhivandya Sa Ashrava Nyavedayan Paurava Bratra Viplavam Alakshanta Padavim Prajapatir Hatodyamaha Pratiyupashritya Te Purim Rishim Samavetan Abhivandya Shasaro Nyavedayan Paurabhatra Viplavam Alakshanta Padavim Prajapatir Hatodyama Pratiyupashritya Te Purim Rishim Sametana Abhivandya Sarvo Nyavedayan Paurava Bhartra Viplavam Alakshanta Padavim Prajapatir Hatodyama Pratiyutsapashritya Te Purim Rishin Samayatana Abhivandya Shasravo Nyavedayan Paurava Bhratra Viplavam
Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapatir Yato Yama Pratyupasritya Te Purim Visin Sametan Abhivandya Shashravo Nyavedayan Paravabhatta Viplavam
Everybody should try to chant, because it's very auspicious to chant these mantras.
Alakshanta Padavim Prajapatir Hatyodhyama Pratyupasritya Te Purim
Vishnupriya
Rishir Metana Vivandya Sashravo Jayan Paurava Bhartri Vipalam Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapater Hattodyama Pratyupashityate Purim Rishin Sametam Abhivandya Sashravo Yavedayan Paurava Bhartri Viplavam
Mamandev, you should sit in the front. Sit in the front. Yeah, so you can see the board, not sleeping. Sit in the front. Okay, next.
Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapater Hattodyamaha Pratyupashityate Purim Rishin Sametana Vivandya Sashravo Nyavadayan Paurava Bhriti Viplavam
Alakshayamata Padavim Prajapater Todayama Pratupashyate Purim Sametam Adivandya Sasrava Yavedayam Parva Katir Vipavam
Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapater Hattodyamaha Pratyupashityate Purim Rishin Sametana Vivandya Sashravo Yavedayan Paurava Bhartri Viplavam
Good night. Can see, then you should move there. Why? Vamandev, you're going to try today.
Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapater Hattodyamah Pratyupashyate Purim Rishin Sametam Adhivandya Shashvato Nyavedayam Paurava Bhaktir Viplavam
Say.
Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapater Hattodyama Pratyupashyate Purim Rishin Sametam Abhivandya Sashravo Yavedayam Purava Paurava Bhartri Vipalam
Ladies.
Alakshayanta Padavim Prajapater Hattodyama Pratyupashyate Purim
Pratyupashrite Purim
Rishin sametam abhivandya shashravo.
Purim sametam abhivandya shashravo. Nyavedayan
Nyavedaya pauravavartha viplavam.
Nyavedayan pauravavartra viplavam. Do I have to say again and again? Next, next, next. You all should start doing one after another.
With great enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Alakshayantam pavadim prajapater.
Alakshayantam pavadim prajapater.
Tato dhamam pratim vasdityate purim.
Tato dhamam pratim purim.
Rishim sametam abhivyadya sashravo.
Rishim sametam abhivandya sashravo.
Nyavedayan paurava bharat viplavam.
Everyone should be eager. Eager, not just that one after they say next, next, next. It is not good. We want to be enthusiastic, right? So the eagerness has to be there. Okay?
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate.
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate.
Todhyama pratyupashityate purim.
Hatodyama pratyupashityate purim.
Rishim sametam abhivandya shashravo.
Rishim sametam abhivandya sashravo.
Naivedam paurava bratri viplavam.
Nyavedam paurava viplavam.
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate.
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate. Hatodyama pratyupashityate purim. Rishim sametam abhivandya sashravo. Nyavedam paurava viplavam.
The eagerness should be so much so that this auspicious, we are so eager to talk so many things. Nobody has to tell next, next, next. But when this is very auspicious thing, then we are saying next, next. It's not very good.
Baba never said next.
Yeah, but I do not know what was going on, but we have to encourage everybody here. That's the point. This is so auspicious that everybody should be eager.
Shouldn't be next.
Yeah.
If we jump in. Enthusiastic.
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate.
Hatodyama pratyupashityate purim.
Rishim
sametam abhivandya sashravo. Nyavedayam paurava bhakti viplavam.
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate.
Alakshayanta padavim prajapate.
Hatodyama pratyupashityate purim.
Hatodyama pratyupashityate purim.
Rishim sametam abhivandya sashravo.
Rishim sametam abhivandya sashravo.
Nyavedayan paurava bhrati viplavam.
Nyavedayam paurava viplavam.
Alakshanta, not finding.
Not finding
Padavim, any trace. Prajapate of King Anga.
King Anga.
Hata udyamana,
Charyamana.
having become disappointed.
Having become disappointed.
Pratyupashritya,
Prashritya.
after returning.
After returning.
They, those citizens,
Those citizens.
Purim, to the city.
To the city.
Rishin, the great sages.
Great sages.
Sametan, assembled. Abhivandya, after making respectful obeisances, Sa Ashrava, with tears in their eyes, Nyavedayan, informed, Paurava, O Vidura, Bhartra, of the king, Viplavam, the absence. There is no purport to this verse. There is only translation by his divine grace. Without purport of Srila Prabhupada, we are like blind people. So hope Krishna can guide us from this purport little translation. When the citizens could not find any trace of the king, thereafter searching for him everywhere, they were very disappointed, and they returned to the city, where all the great sages of the country assembled because of the king's absence. With tears in their eyes, the citizens offered respectful obeisances and informed the sages in full detail that they were unable to find king anywhere. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Nabhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangu Langate Giram Yat Kripatam Aham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Vanchakalpatarubhayascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So translation once again. When the citizens could not find any trace of the king after searching for him everywhere, they were very disappointed, and they returned to the city where all the great sages of the country assembled because of the king's absence. With their tears in their eyes, the citizens offered respectful obeisances and informed the sages in full detail that they were unable to find the king anywhere. So from this verse, we can understand what the leaders, the king or president or whoever, not only the country, but even in our ISKCON temples, they should be so wonderful. They are so giving to the devotees or to the praja or citizens or dependents, so that when there is some if the king or the leaders are not present, the citizens feels very disappointed and morose about that, and they are searching after them. They need their association. That is the quality of the leaders should be. Not that some leaders goes away and everybody thinks, oh, it's very nice. He is not here today. So we have like, what is that called? When the cat is away, the mouse plays. It should not be like that. They should be very much feeling in pain and separation if the leader's qualities are good. So here we can see the Maharaj Anga's qualities were such good that the citizens were so morose and disappointed by his absence. And not only the citizens, but the great sages have come too. Great sages also appeared there and were waiting for the king's return, but king being so disappointed by his own unscrupulous son that he left the place and nobody could know where he went. So leaders are sometimes also very disappointed by seeing some citizens who are not able to obey and perfect their lives, and they feel very morose about the citizens. That's the quality of the Brahmana, Vaishnava and the leaders. That's the quality should be. Not that we should think about, oh, they didn't come, we should not think about that they are not here, it's okay. Or they should not come here. We should always think, the leaders always should think that as we should care for the citizens, whether they are present or not present, or they have everything. That is the good quality of the leadership. That is the quality of leadership. Nowadays, they will send even like the leaders in the countries, they sit in their own offices and send the praja to fight the war. But before the leaders, when the kings will go, they will lead the army, they will take care of the citizens. Not that the citizens will be harassed by our enemy, but the leader will take the charge of it. So this is how the leader should be, whether it is in religious group or in any groups or in the country or in the family. The leader should be so much. Of course we do care in the family, because when the family is, because I am attached to the family, so we should be attached to one another. Here, even in ISKCON, if somebody is missing, we should see, where are they? We should take care of them. We should take care of them very nicely, so that the devotees can feel good about the leaders, and the leaders can feel good about the devotees. These are saintly kings, so we have to be saintly people. These are not ordinary kings of the modern day. These are saintly king. And King Anga was very saintly. That's why he was so disturbed about his own son, that his son was just a rascal. And the king, another thing is that the king should not think that my son, this is a principle of the king. The king is equal to everybody. Not only he thinks good about my son or my daughter or my this or that, but equally. So Lord Ramachandra exhibited this very nicely, that what is the king's duty. Even when somebody criticized about Sita, so he had to abandon, he punished Sita Devi on the same level with what he would do with the citizen. Any citizen who has done wrong, he will equally do the wrong thing. So this is the way the king and the leaders should be taking care of the citizens, but not the way the leaders are nowadays. No. If I don't like them, or if they find some fault, even if they are not, now we can see in the countries also, even person is not, because they are not very much knowledgeable about it, sometimes they may mistake and put the wrong person in the wrong prison as a punishment. They'll put the wrong person into the prison, or they will give a capital punishment for the wrong people because they are not omniscient, knowing all knowledgeable about anything. So that's what they do. So we should learn from these examples, and we should learn from this that we should not be finding faults with anybody. This is another thing, that finding faults. We should find faults with ourselves and try to engage everybody in the service of Lord Krishna. That is the king's duty, that is the leader's duties. So everybody should be engaged in the service of the Lord. So I have croaked a little bit. So if there is any comments or any realizations from anybody else, please say so.
I want to ask what are the qualities of the citizens or the devotees that would make them deserve such leaders? Because, yeah.
Citizens may be at fault, but by good kingdom, good things, he can make them obey them. That is the nature. That's the quality. The king is so good that the citizens are willing to do those things. Like during Lord Maharaj Yudhishthir, citizens were very willing to follow his. Even the animals, Ekadashi, Maharaj Yudhishthir was not letting even the cows to drink the water. And the cows will follow.
Ekadashi.
Yeah.
Nirjal.
Not Nirjal, no Ekadashi. They're cows. Cows are animals. So citizens are like animals. So all these citizens are like animals. How are we going to change them? We have to train them up very nicely. Even the circus people, the leaders, how they train the animals. So these are the good examples. We can learn and train them, cajoling them nicely, treating them nicely, so they feel good about themselves and they can be trained. If you tell somebody take Krishna consciousness right away, they are not going to take. First what you do? Give them prasadam. Right? Make friends with them. Then give them little Krishna consciousness. Inject them with, like one of the great devotees says, in like a needle, Prabhupada said, in like a needle and out like a plough. So that is how we do. If we come as a plough, we will not have anybody here. Okay? Any other comments?
When you treat someone nicely, he also behaves nicely. But once you criticize him or tell him, you see his nature, like
yes.
He doesn't like that.
Yes, nobody likes it. I don't like it.
Yes, but then how can you really learn if you are humble or not? Because if everyone treats you nicely, you think you're humble. Okay, I feel good.
Well, the person, humility is not that I take. I would give also. And when the praise comes, I will say to that person who gave me the praise.
Yes,
like Shyamala Mataji, if she is training me, it's the mercy of her that I am like that. We always give the credit to the spiritual master and Krishna, or the devotee who has given me.
Yes, but how can you take...
that is humility. Even criticism, it must be good for me. You have to take it, and that is humility. It's by Krishna's arrangement this has happened. Now credit goes to Krishna. This is Krishna's arrangement, it has happened to me. So it must be some reason, so I should do it. See? That's it. That is humility. Okay? Make sense? Okay. Any other? Yes?
Наблюдавам една община, където лидера е истински слуга.
I observe from municipally when the leader is...
I can't hear. Sorry.
I observe municipally when the leader is real servant.
По отношение на своя духовен учител.
Regarding his spiritual master and the devotees in that municipality.
Nitai, General, can you translate and speak?
Yes. She's seen in his area that there is example of devotee who is servant to his spiritual master and to the devotees.
Лидер.
Yes, the leader he is.
Предано дадени в тази община оценят неговото служение и всичко, което прави той.
The devotees in this area, they respect and like very much his service also.
Обаче особено не се включват в неговия проект,
But they are not very eager to help in the project.
Къде е проблема?
Why this happened?
The help.
What's the question?
The question, as far as I'm understanding, the question is that the leaders who are following the Guru and Krishna, Nitai Chanda, you can correct me, okay? They find the leader is very nice, but they don't help the devotees.
Leaders don't help?
Yes.
No, the devotees
What?
don't help.
Devotees don't help. The leaders, devotees don't help the leader?
Yes, that's right.
He's nice.
Even if the leader is nice, the devotees don't help.
That means the devotees aren't nice.
Yeah.
Something like that. They didn't help this leader. They didn't help.
Yeah, and the devotees aren't nice.
Well,
They show make nice, but they're not really nice.
devotee means to give, not just to take. If we are taking and we are not reciprocating, that means we are selfish and misers. So if anybody calls themselves devotees, they should have a loving exchange. This is the given by Rupa Goswami, the loving exchange. What is dadati pratigrinati bhuyam prachati? The verse I cannot quote the whole thing, but he says one should take and give. In exchange, loving, give a gift to a devotee, accept the gift from the devotee, exchange prasadam, and then also inquire and reciprocate. Inquiring does not mean what you can do for me, but inquiring confidentially is about the matters of Krishna, consciousness. That's the devotee's reciprocation. It's a loving exchange. Not that I have this problem, can you solve my problem, this problem, that problem. No, that is sometimes it's okay, but if that is the only thing that we do, it is not a loving exchange. Our loving exchange is confidential matters, how to become Krishna conscious. Hear about Lord Krishna's pastimes. These are Lord Chaitanya has set up these most confidential pastimes. He will talk with only 3 people, not with everybody. Those who were able to hear confidentially. And this is called confidential exchanges. Right? Yeah.
You talked about saintly qualities. How can we develop those saintly qualities?
How can you develop? Chant your japa very nicely, follow the regulative principles strictly, and not in a fanaticism or not as a burden, with a great love and devotion. And then we will, then Krishna from within us will awaken our saintly qualities. Because living entity has all the saintly qualities. But there is a verse saying that, verse in Bhagavatam, it says that Harav Vaktasya Kuto Mahad. All the devotees have, all the demigod qualities of demigods will awaken within the devotee who is becoming a devotee. But who is not a devotee, then there is no good qualities in them. So we have to become devotees. Devotees means accepting what is favorable for Krishna consciousness. Anya bilashita sunyam. All our material desires, all the designations, we have to give it up. That is coming to the devotees, devotionals. Then one becomes saintly. We have so many attachments, yes. Yeah. So then we cannot have saintly qualities. Saintly qualities come only when we give up all material attachments. And that takes time. It's not going to happen in same day, one day. Okay? Am I said correctly?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another key is you find devotees who have saintly qualities, you serve them, associate with them, hear from them, and learn from them.
That is very good.
Yeah.
But sometimes, since we are all neophytes, so it tends to get into the other direction also. When we associate, familiarity breeds contempt, and all that starts happening wrong things. So one has to be very humble. Okay? Yeah? Okay?
If someone hurts you at some point with harsh words, how can you really forgive him and not avoid him? Like, you tend to forgive him, but you don't actually forgive him in your heart, and you avoid him or do something like that.
Well, if it's not the fault and faultless harsh words, then one can think about, but one should continue one's service to Krishna and rendering service to that person also. So then that, if you really forgave him, your attitude will change, externally and internally. For me, somebody says, I'm sorry, I've asked for forgiveness, I'll tell them, okay, it's accepted, but your attitude should change now. Then it is real sorry. Otherwise, you do mistakes again and again. You say sorry again and you will do the same. Sorry again and this is sorry again. My apologies, these are for your obeisances and all that. But please change the attitude.
How can you change it? How can you change the attitude yourself?
By rendering service. By rendering service, that we take the humble position. Not begrudging, loving.
It's hard, but...
It is hard. That's what makes a humble. That makes it humble. It's very hard. Because we are so proud and puffed up, so it's very hard. Yeah.
You spoke about leadership, and the mother herself is a leader to a child. And my question is how to raise a child in Krishna consciousness to become a devotee, because the these mundane schools, there is mundane schools, and we don't have a gurukuls near. And my question is difficult for them because they have.
If mother is a natural leader for the child, then mother should be perfectly Krishna conscious before conceiving even. Then automatically the child will be Krishna conscious. You will attract, one will attract very saintly person. Then other things will not bother. Not out of lust we should beget the children, or uncontrolled senses. Then you want to make them Krishna conscious, it will not, because you have attracted the soul within the womb with different modes. Whatever the mode you were in at the time of conception, you will attract that child. Yeah? Mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness.
So it depends on us what child will be.
Yes. That's why in Vedic culture they have a Garbhadan Sanskar. So it's all what kind of child we have tracked. And then while even in the womb of that mother, the mother should be perfect devotee. And the father too. That okay? Okay. You cannot force Krishna consciousness to anybody. If you plant a seed of thorny plant, you will get the thorn. If you plant a good seed, nice fruits bearing tree, then you will get a good fruits. The results is depending on that. Okay?
I've heard this maybe misconception, because I've heard the child brings his own karma.
Yes.
What that mean?
The child brings own karma according to your karma also. That's what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says. Okay? That's it? What time we are supposed to put her after?
Doesn't matter. It's Sunday and usually...
Well, if there is no question, then we can end it. Everybody is hungry.
One more question.
Okay.
You said that we cannot force Krishna consciousness on anybody, but
Yes.
We also know that everybody has a spark of Krishna consciousness and
Yes.
we can fan it.
Yes, we can fan it, but you cannot force.
Yeah, but we can...
You can fan. If the spark becomes fire, it is very nice, but you cannot force. Okay? Yeah. And after that child grows to teenager, finish. You cannot even tell them anything. Especially in this Kali Yuga. So one has to be trained very nicely. First, right from the time, before time of conception. Okay? That's it? Okay, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gauda Premananda.